1st of January. It's the first month of 2024. And so it's a new year, y'all. So happy new year to y'all. I want you to know right off the top that we got to remind ourselves there's still opportunity to start over again. Some people on day 12, this is day 12, y'all been trying to do some things. Just say Happy New Year all over again. Let me start over. Let me start over.
To hit a reset.
Get a reset, a
12
do-over.
Mm-hmm.
A do-over. Before we start, y'all, we're going to share with you something today about the power of acknowledgement. Oh, Lord. The power of acknowledgement. And let me do something here.
Can always be your phone.
Well, I didn't put it on Do Not Disturb. Sorry, TikTok folks. We're gonna talk about the power of acknowledgement. Something really simple. Some of y'all are right now at work or you're out and about. You're not near your partner, and you can do something dramatically to shift the energy in your relationship, and you ain't even recognized it. But before we do, we want you to go to blamchallenge.com. That's B as in boy, LAM as in mama. Go to blamchallenge.com and join us for our free challenge happening January 15th through the 19th. It is called the New Year, New Marriage Challenge. Some people have reached out like, well, so if you had to be married, you don't have to be married. We got all kind of folks in our challenge. Single folks come to our challenges, folks who are in committed relationships, because it's really just about being able to learn how to improve your communication, get your connection together, understand that too many of us are focused on the problems and the issues and trying to solve everything, and you just got to get connected.
That's all facts right there.
All facts. Yes, you got to get connected. Even when I say it, I just feel a little go up my spine, up my body, and then it make me want to look at my husband. And connection is like really, honestly, it is an underutilized tool and strategy for getting through the funky-ish in your relationship, the places where there are disconnects, the places where you don't agree. So we want you to go to blamechallenge.com so we can talk to y'all about that. It's going to be 5 glorious days.
5 glorious days.
Glorious days.
It's going to be on point, y'all.
We have a lot of good stuff. Tell them about what
they can expect. So during our challenges, they're very interactive. It's a lot of engagement. You'll see hundreds of people in the room, in the space, making comments, giving feedback, providing their perspective. And so it's like a big party, y'all.
And we have some great after parties.
Yeah, but the interesting piece, though, is that it's not just about just having fun. It's about the information, the education, the insight that you're getting to elevate you and your relationship. And then after the challenge, we on a couple of nights have an after party in which we might look at some Black love films and then explore those. Because we do different things at different times.
No, we got to do
that. So you got that popping off, and then we have conversations after dark, or we might do something around sex and intimacy. And so again, the after parties be on point, y'all. So again, you want to make sure you're going to blamchallenge.com, and to participate in all of the other pieces, you want to upgrade to get the VIP package. Like if you want to experience the challenge in its fullness, not only do you get access to the after parties, you also get study hall. We do a study hall the following day at 12 p.m. Eastern. Get a workbook. Resources. Yeah, a whole bunch of different stuff to help you like really enhance the quality of your experience during the challenge, but also after the challenge too. So yeah, go to blamchallenge.com, y'all.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna talk to you real quick about acknowledgement. This is something you can very quickly do. If you don't do something in this regard today, this is a good test for you to see if you just resistant. Somebody type resistant in the chat. Sometimes we just resistant. We don't want to do nothing different. We don't want to actually do no work. We like, he just need to come over here and get it together. She need to listen better, but you don't want to look at what you need to do. And acknowledgement is one of the things that we can start doing in our relationships that will take us light years ahead if we would just humble ourselves and do it. In fact, we put a clip out earlier, not that long ago, from our new podcast, Follow Relationship Cheat Code on Instagram to get more about that and find the newest, the brand new first episode out on YouTube. Yeah. But again, at Relationship Cheat Code on Instagram, we put out a clip, and it was just my husband. You just like took the time to acknowledge me. I mean, you said like I really appreciate the way that. Well, you tell him what you said.
I don't know what clip you're talking about.
I'm talking. We put a clip out, and it was about just getting us to the place of doing the podcast, moving us forward. That you were kind of resistant. You weren't really feeling it. You weren't like hardcore resistant, but you're just like, I don't really see the point. And just how a lot of times, or a decent amount of times, you kind of with new things. I'm having to kind of push forward, and you acknowledge that, and that thing, I didn't even know I needed it. I didn't even know that it would make such a difference. I got emotional and everything. I didn't even know. It's not like I was walking around looking for a shout out, but sometimes we don't recognize that the things that we take for granted, or that our partners do, that we just never say anything about, that it can mean so much if you just start to acknowledge your partner. It ain't got to be for no big launch or no podcast. It can be for, like, I really appreciate how when I come home, like, what I'm saying, you always looking out for me. You make sure that whatever is in your household, you cook. Do y'all cook every night? I don't know, any cookers in here? I try to cook as much as I can, which is most nights. Not all nights, but most nights. Like, I appreciate that. I appreciate how you make sure I don't have to get any gas. My husband makes sure there's the gas in the car. It doesn't matter what it is, but acknowledgement goes a long way.
Yeah, it really does. And the thing is, like, what does it cost you? What does it cost you to just open up your mouth and express the appreciation that you have? You're experiencing the things all the time. And so for you to be able to acknowledge, to indicate that you really appreciate what he or she is doing, again, it goes a long way. And so sometimes we hold back on those things because we're taking them for granted. And so it's not even so much about holding back. We're just not paying attention. We're not paying attention to what's being done. And so we don't even think about giving a shout out when it's being done. But then when you slow down, it's because you're moving. You're busy. But when you slow down and really take stock of what your spouse is doing for you, your partner is doing for you, your partner is doing in the space where you're indirectly benefiting, or maybe even directly benefiting from the way that they're showing up, like, yo, it's a lot to be grateful for. It's a lot to be thankful for. And so to acknowledge those things are major, y'all. It's major. And so in that video, me just acknowledging my wife, because sometimes while I say that we're in the busyness of everyday life, that we're not paying attention because we're not slowing down, at other points in time, there might be low-key or high-key active resistance to what's being done. And so in this situation right here, like, I wasn't necessarily 100% on board. And so it wasn't even about me not seeing what's happening. It was about, like, why we got to do what you say we should be doing. And so there's, like, active resistance or pushback, or even if it's not pushback, just questions. Questions that cause a certain level of hesitancy, and that may even conjure up some fear in that experience or what you're trying to launch. And so we got to pay attention, y'all. But when you take the time to really examine your own resistance and really get acquainted with the fear, the uncertainty that you're experiencing, and you get in touch with, like, yo, I know that there's more in store for me, but I got to be able to sit in this discomfort in order to experience it. When you do that, then you can actually see the blessing that your partner is attempting to give birth to, which is not only going to benefit her or him, but it's also going to benefit you too. So again, slow down, fam. Slow down and acknowledge your bae.
Yes. So I want to give you a concrete way to bring this into your relationship more. Maybe some of y'all already roll like this, but if you do, fabulous. Just continue to be intentional as we continue to move into 2024. But if you're not, thank you for the hearts, TikTok. If you're Sharonda, if you're not, this is one way for you to bring acknowledgement in a very concrete way. This is something you can do every day. You can say every day about something, or at least about a couple of things. You can say thank you, and I appreciate you. Just say it out your mouth. Thank you, and I appreciate you. Your partner sends you a text, says, I took care of, or I did la-di-da-di, or I'm picking up so-and-so, I appreciate you. Thank you, babe. Right? Be intentional in that way. Stop and pause them. And the way that you do it, walking through the kitchen, I appreciate you. I do that with my husband, and he'd be looking like, what you doing? Right? But that's okay. That's okay if they do that, right? Because it stands out. Yeah. And so one of the things I want you to know, the research shows that couples who acknowledge their spouse, their partner, and do it on a regular basis, they are happier. They are happier. The studies have bared this out. Bared this out. I don't know if that's the way to say it, but it really means a lot, because the natural kind of clashes that you might have, and the little bumps along the road, or the funky thing that somebody said in the morning and you still holding on to it in the evening, that stuff becomes reduced, and it doesn't hit the same when you got an acknowledgement, when you got I appreciate you and thank yous happening on a day-to-day basis in a relationship. Yeah. So you have to be making those kinds of deposits in your relationship and inside of your partner, so that when some bumps and it's a little friction, it don't even hit the same way, because you know that you're appreciated, you know that you're loved, right? Because y'all flow like that, y'all roll like that in your relationship. We definitely have that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
So
we
we
do.
want y'all to have it too. We want you to continue to focus on cultivating the kind of energy you need, the kind of person you need to be to have the kind of relationship that you deserve and that you desire. So go to blamchallenge.com and sign up for our 5-day challenge happening the 15th through the 19th.
Next
It's
week,
called
y'all.
New Year, New Marriage. It's all about communication, the funky conflict, and connection. That's what it's focused on. So we want y'all to be there. The link is in the bio on Instagram.
On Instagram, yeah.
On Instagram, the link is in the bio. But again, you can go to blamchallenge.com. And while you're at it, go on ahead and watch that first episode of our new podcast. But sign up for the challenge. Sign up for the challenge.
And upgrade to VIP. You're gonna love it.
Yes, everybody. All right. We are complete. We just want to touch in with y'all. We see you on the next situation.
All right, y'all.
Peace. Now, I never know how to do this.
Hit the power button up there.
Oh, bye, TikTok.